future me. Dear me, thank you for the Amulet letter. I know it wasn't easy to make. I did indeed accomplish some of those things you mentioned. Others I'm still working on.
I thought you gave up, Soda.
It's strange. I expected your letter. Where in the heck are my keys? Huh. Yet the contents took me a little by surprise. First of all, I don't want you to worry, but this course is going to be by no means easy. Oh my gosh. But do the work and you'll do just fine. I know all the different terms like rhetoric, genre, ethos, pathos, logos. They all sound confusing, but pay attention. Because as it turns out, compelling writing doesn't come naturally. It's intentional and deliberate. So over the next few months, you're going to realize that understanding and executing an effective rhetorical strategy is essential to writing and even communicating well. And heads up, there's going to be a lot of writing. And writing. And writing. Some will be really good. Those that came before saw that there was a gap and created me to be the bridge. I am here to help you, here to serve you, and yet you use me so very little. I wrote that. I wrote that. Others, not so much. Just getting by with a non-medical interpreter. Oh, I turned it in like that. Oh, medical interpreter, that sounds like a felony offense. But as you read in the first unit, writing is a process.
Mama, what are you doing?
Revising.
Mama, what are you doing?
Revising.
Mama, what are you doing?
Revising. What do you think I'm doing?
Revising?
And as you go over your own writing, you are going to come up with rhetorical strategies to make it better. You see, I want to inform my audience about the disparities with limited English proficiency patients. So in order to do that, I'm going to need to use a lot of data from reputable sources. Yeah. Ethos and logos. I know. So smart. I know rhetorical strategies sound confusing. Is that ethos or logos? But soon, you'll start thinking in rhetorical strategies. Your appeal to pathos is very compelling. However, I think your logos lack credibility. I know. You'll realize that your writing has purpose, and that purpose is to elicit an action from your audience, whether it be to provoke empathy.
So you want them to feel sorry for a tablet?
Expand knowledge. So here we see the use of trained interpreters improves care, as is shown in this graph taken from an article in the Journal of General Internal Medicine, and it shows the 30-day readmission rates of LEP patients. It is worth noting that in the same year that this data was collected, the 30-day readmission rates for the general public in the US was 14.1%. I wonder if they can hear me using my hands a lot. Or encourage actionable change. Please, healthcare professionals, don't hesitate to use a medical interpreter for your LEP patients. Every interpreter use adds to the quality of care your patients receive. And if you don't, you suck. Yeah, I should leave that last part out. And in that process, you're going to have to do a lot of deliberating on what rhetorical strategies or moves you want to make. I think I can make this letter into a poem. I knew the day that I came into being, working with all of you was my destiny. Everything I did before here was designed to aid you, to make me into your deputy. Ew. Oh, that's gross. All right, babe. Should I do ad hoc interpreters next or data spire them with some graphs? Nothing. I got nothing. And I know you're going to have moments where you hit a wall. How does Facebook know I want a tiny goat? And anything sounds better than working on your project. I really need to work on this project. I also need to clean out the utensil drawer. But try to stay engaged. That means putting in the time to think, research, read, reread, and get feedback. And yes, that means lots and lots of
Mama, you amazing.
revising. And after you've spent hours thinking and you're up to your eyeballs in research and you're on your 20th revision, don't forget your rhetorical situation. And that rhetorical situation is contingent on 3 things. 1, the text's purpose or use. Yeah, I genuinely think most healthcare workers don't know how wide the disparity is. 2, the audience. Do you think a surgeon would pay attention to this? What about the orderlies? And 3, the situation or context. Yeah, I'm using it for my annual work project. Yes, it's for my English class too. You know, 2 birds with 1 stone. It could work. In the end, if you actively work on these concepts, I do believe you'll become a better writer and actually might do well in the class. All the best to you. I hope you do well. In fact, I know you will. Sincerely, future me. P.S. How do you fold this again? Seriously, how does this... Master this, and I think I could minor in origami.